Alright, so here we are, hovering above America Island on Transport Fever 2. And I was gonna do some stuff off camera, but I'm gonna record it anyway and see if maybe it becomes an interesting episode. I would like to edit this here train line that has been giving me a bit of problems. Now, in order for me to fix it, I need to achieve two things. One, it needs to be level. Well, pretty level. There is some contour issues, so we're gonna have to think about how are we gonna deal with that. Now, I don't mind terraforming. If I could terraform everything around there, that could actually solve some of that problem. I don't like the curves to be too wide. I like more, as much straight track as possible. And the other thing I was thinking about doing, if I'm going to be messing around with this line, and if I'm going to be putting a ton of trains on this line, we're going to need to think of a way, basically expand these stations to have through tracks. How would I achieve that? Well, I could put some tracks on through the middle, or on the outsides. So which one would be better? Well, probably, let's see. And I'm gonna do this episode on pause. If I need to, I'll take some loans. Because I would, if this doesn't work out, or if I don't want to broadcast this part on YouTube, then I'll just continue with the upgraded track. So I think, okay, the worst part of this whole cadaver is this. It's the fact that there's an entire piece of track between part 1 and part 2 inset into the ground. Can I get my contour tool? We have one. Wait, I can't really tell where the hill. Okay, this is the top part of the hill. This is part 2, and this is part 3. So part 3, okay, crosses here. So would it help if we put the station a bit into the ground, dig the station in a bit deeper, but yeah, because you can obviously see a bit of slope here. Let's start by demolishing this station. No, we don't want the station deeper, we need it higher. Oh boy. Okay, well, then let's then mess around with the other strategy. If we keep the stations where they are and at the slope they're at, but we'll give them 4 platforms. That's not what I want either. Is this station really 160? That's already breaking one of my rules, I think. It definitely is breaking one of my rules. Is this one 160? This one is one. Wow. We have really, well, you know what? If it's such a complicated train line, we might as well go with the 160 here in the middle. But I think we're going to do a through track in the middle, which would mean something like along the lines of putting a few tracks on this end here until we got what we wanted. So the track coming in, the original track is now going to be the middle track, and it's not going to let me do any of this because everything's in the way. Okay. Let me just align it the way I want. It's not even going to let me align it the way I want. Then I demolish this piece here, and this piece here, and all these pieces. I think I'm going to get what I want. Let's just do 2 tracks. What does 3 mean? What does 3 mean? 3 is a number. No, I'm talking about if we put a station like that, then we go inside and we edit it up in the way that we would find fitting to our purpose. Being that, no, we're still getting it wrong. We're gonna have to put it 1 back. one track backwards. I'll explain why. I won't explain why. I'll just do it, and hopefully we'll all understand why together. Because the tracks on the outside are the station platform tracks. Edit. How do you edit? I'd like to edit. There we go. So this here will all be trackage. The area for tracking. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to click many times. We're on pause though, so it doesn't matter how many times we click. The world isn't entering glitching mode, and you know, people are pausing in their real life. What did I do here? Oh, I didn't place anything here. Okay. So, after spending that, I think we spent almost $1.5 million money. $1.5 million money, that's what you've spent. Just money with no value. No, US dollars. Okay, so these trains can just skip on right through this station. They don't need to stop. Whereas the outer trains, pretty simple, right? Now, can I do this with all the stations, or is that going to be causing too much havoc? I think we best do it with all the stations, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. But what would the best way to do this be? Demolish the station or upgrade the station? I think we're going to just upgrade the station. I think the best thing would just be to not tear everything right out of the earth and work with what has been given us by previous planners. All we have to do is add some platforms here on all the sides and a station. Don't forget a station. Now this station is special because I thought I did say this would be a passenger station. How are we going to achieve that type of? If we want a train coming in here, it'll come along. It won't come along any of these tracks because these are inner tracks are going to be for cargo, so it might come around the back here. But with this farm here, we don't have room in the back. We might have enough room in the back, and then it would come around the back side here, and on the back side in Los Angeles. What about the front? Well, there's clearly not enough room here. There's a bit of room, but it would require a ton of demolition. So we're gonna just keep it on the behind. Okay. Maybe we only need one platform? No, that's false. We need a plethora of platforms. Now this station might seem a bit extra, and it definitely is a bit extra. I mean, that's kind of, you have to have confidence when you're going into this business, because if you don't put stations with 6 tracks going through them, then people won't take you seriously, will they? Let's put these underpasses. We're going to make everything perfect. We're going to put a little bit of a canopy, or as they call a roof. A passenger building. No, we don't need a passenger building. We just need to, we need a cargo building and a passenger building. One field will be removed. Not happening on my watch. We are going to preserve the field if it takes everything we've got. I would like it to be symmetrical, but that's not going to happen unless I put one of these. Let's put one of these. That is a simple answer to a difficult problem, which doesn't come around often. But we will have to be nice enough and give it the buildings it requires on the other side, because this many platforms and not one building would look extremely unbalanced. So I'm thinking one of these with a clock shall do. And if we can get a line here with the road, that is kind of aligned. They're both kind of not aligned though, to be truthful. How about the small one? I think we start with the small one. Well, no, this is a big station. We'll start with the medium one. Does that work? Oh, it's hanging off the edge there. And cargo building, well, maybe it will balance it out then. Something like this. Something like that could do. And if we could remove all these extra skeleton lines, okay. You're on a hill. Everything in this place is on a hill. Well, you know what? We are in San Francisco, which we've called Bay City. It's actually to my chagrin that there's not more slopes. I actually want more slopes. Oh, no. Now it's telling us that we have not enough room due to this slope. Oh, but we can do one of these tricks. Does it need to stop by the front of the cargo depot, or does it connect? I think it's gonna connect. You can never be too sure. You can never build enough road, or too much road. You can never build too much road. If we put you here, let's bring you a bit downhill. Let's start the downhill descent early, so that people aren't complaining about, you know, wheelchair accessibility and other concerns. You know, speed, comfort, rolling down with things. Okay. Now that everything's accessible, we'll even put this here aligned on this side, and everything starts looking like a NASA space yard. That's how well we've planned it. Although, you know what I just realized? We also need a passenger terminal. Well, we can put that right at the tip here at the end. That'll make everything extra happy. Then it's just like a hub. Definitely a hub. We've definitely just built a hub. Hopefully that road doesn't need to go anywhere else, because we've hubbed it up. There's a big hub. Alright. Now we have a passenger station here. So that's now part of the game plan. Good. I'm not going to say that's bad. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm starting to like this slope here. If I'm just going to terraform it, and we'll have been as happy as if nothing has ever caused us any sort of distress here. Does that work? Is that enough of a distress relief that, I mean, from space, I'm seeing a little bit of a lip. A little bit of a lip. If we just give it a little bit of a anti-lip here. Give it some natural terraformage. And this whole area is going to have like sort of train tracks happening here, isn't it? So we should probably foresee and foreplan. Now we're going to smooth it up, smooth it down, smooth it all around. Does that work? You'll have never guessed that there's a slope here, and if you look and there's a slope in the distance, that doesn't normally concern anybody, does it? Yeah, it does not concern me anymore. I'm very happy about this. Whoop, don't overshoot the gun. Pro tip there, if you overshoot this like that, it starts terraforming about half the planet, and you start getting, your computer starts acting funny. Okay, so we're 15 minutes pretty much into this remodel, and we've completed one station. Let's double check. Yes, everything is touching everything. Completed one station. Completed the path between one station and station 2. Completed station 2. Although it doesn't have a road connection. We're gonna have to rebuild all these roads. Okay, focus on that later. That's not the main concern of this. We're trying to build a amazing line. I'm afraid we can't do anything about this. I don't think we can do anything about this. You want me to move a mountain? I'm not gonna do it. It's my fault though, because I did make the executive decision to bury the station this deep. If we had placed it up top, we would maybe have less of a slope, but then what would go on this end. You just tell me what would go on this end. There's already a slope. I can see it. How unpleasant is this slope? It's not that unpleasant. Okay, also, but we do need to modify the station. Bulldozing is the answer sometimes. Yes, bulldozing is the answer. And then we'll have only the end stations to work with. Actually, we're gonna make that oil station an end station. I'll be right back. Okay, so this here is a station. I better edit it before it gets blended in with the rest of the world. So the plan is now, how long is the station? Yeah, this is one of those extra long stations, which I technically don't approve of. How long did we make this one? Did we shorten this one? We did not shorten that one. How about this one? This one is okay. Okay, I see what's going on. We have insulted the gods of length and of length and size. We have not followed a consistent rule, so I guess I'm just gonna go with it. But that just means that our coal train and our ore train will have to be longer than the other trains. That could actually be exciting. Having two different sizes that does not fit all. Now usually I don't usually build these size of train stations and this many platforms so early on in the game, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do in order to succeed. And sort of, because I'm trying to make this all the cities amazing here and really large, that is why we have to sort of push the envelope. Let's place a cargo building here, shall we? It doesn't fit. Of course it doesn't fit. That fits. That works for me. And look at that, we actually connected this station. I don't even think we didn't connect this one. I told you we wouldn't worry about it, but I'm starting to get worried. I am starting to get worried because it seems like we're gonna have a lot of things running and we won't realize that we did not connect something very crucial to the operation of the industry. How's that? Yeah, that is pretty good. That is pretty good. I do not like this though. How is that? Also good, but I don't like this now. Alright, there we go. Some kind of a weird pentagon type shape of a road. Works for me. Let's connect up this train station. I'll add in the wings later. For the moment, I'm more concerned about the actual active lines. So once you get to this station, we need to, I think this station we're going to have to actually demolish. No, we're not. We're not going to have to do that. We're just going to have to configure it and demolish everything except one piece of track, which almost is almost as good as demolishing the whole thing, but we don't have to mess around with getting it to fit properly. Okay, so do we need a through station here? I think we do need a through station. Yeah, so that is the original size. A cargo platform on both sides. Why both sides? Well, I don't know, sir. That's just the way it's been done before, and we're gonna keep to that. Oh no. Oh no, you've gone and built a platform way out of the line there. Now maybe in this case we can have a one track for the passenger platform because this is the end of the line. Unless we do a sharp turn. But that would have to be added later. Whoops. Close you. Close all this. You. Configure. Yeah, we will... You know what? I just realized I think we have to put the platform in adjacent to the cargo platform. That is correct. That is correct. So here we go. Demolish you here, demolish you there, and put in a platform. There we go. We'll place one bit of track here. I think that'll be enough. Although, to be quite honest with you, we need a platform on this side in order to connect the building or something along those lines. Well, then I'll be damned. Then I don't know what to do then. Can I just connect the cargo building to the side? No. It needs something to connect with. Well, in that case, we're gonna have to put another platform on the other side, and if we're putting a platform on the other side, we might as well make it a passenger platform and double up this track. That would make people happy who like symmetry, because we have one of these stations on the other side of the line, so that should work out for them. But we'll put a cargo building on this side, like that. We'll put a passenger building on this side, like that. Is it centered? I think it is. I'll bet you it is. And then, I think then we're good. Then we just need to give it a little bit of road connection on either side. This side is already connected by road, look at that. That is floor planning like I have never seen before. Okay, tracks. We're missing a bit of track. This can go here. And we are finally in need of these little wings. I'm gonna call them wings. I don't know what they're called. And that's looking good. How about this cargo line? How are we gonna get it in there? With a bunch of ugliness, isn't it? I think we're gonna have to go with a bunch of ugliness for now. You know what? We're not gonna have to put up with that. We're just gonna build a separate track. We're gonna just build a beautiful passenger line the whole way to Seattle. It's not going to share 1 inch of track or even be parallel to it. Well, it will be slightly parallel. We're going to build these wing tracks here. Is this equidistant to the other thing? No, this is equidistant over here. We do need signals. I did say I wouldn't do this, but I'm doing this part. The winged part, I'm excited to see what it looks like. No point in building all this infrastructure and then, oh no, turnaround points, I forgot about those. I won't lie to you, we're gonna need some serious turnaround points. Actually, do we? Will we? We're gonna have to have some kind of a X across I don't know what they're called, an X interchange or a cross interchange. I don't know what they're called. I'm very embarrassed about that. We'll build the oil line a bit later. We'll do the last segment here later because we haven't built the line to Los Angeles. I think those two lines will have to be done together and pretty much later. So we'll keep this station the way it is because it's the end of the line for the moment. This hill does bother me a little bit, so this is the piece of track I'm going to see if we can do anything about. So maybe we should edit the station now that we've brought the bulldoze gun so close to it, because that might as well have been a bridge, and then we could have gotten some roads under there. but it decided to go with, we're going to pile up some dirt on either side of this track. But look, it's given me it's pretending to be pretty straight. Minor slope. That minor slope. Oh, is that a curve I sense? That's a curve. Ain't nobody need a curve. Ain't nobody need a curve. There we go. This is what people need. Beautiful straight tracks. And now that we have, I'm going to pull this out about here. I see what you're offering me. I'm not too happy with the offer. Straight would mean building a bit of a ridge. I'll be okay with that as long as that ridge doesn't last for half the city. And what do we get? We get 105 speed. Over here we need a bit better. We're looking for something along the lines of 120. And I think we can pull this just until it crosses this road. Let's make it straight though. It's curved as well, so that's not going to help it. There we go. It's telling me it's straight. I believe it's not. But we'll have to wait and see with that until we connect this up here. So it passes the 120 speed test. Now, can we make it a little bit less bumpy here? I think we can if we just connect it together from point to point. How curvy, how slopey are you? Very minorly slopey, not too slopey. And then it does the curve at a very minor elevation, which is nice. And then there's no, see, I like this better than what we had, so I don't see why we had to, you know, build a giant mountain. Now we've done it in a certain fashion that is acceptable, except that apparently we didn't connect the right side to it. Okay. Back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board, right? Maybe not. Maybe that's the end of the line and we have it sort of... No, don't mess with the design. You're gonna need all sorts of interchanges if you mess with the design. Okay, well, I think that this is where it came up to on a straight basis. Like that. And now we just need to pretend like, you know, like it was planned to be this way. Bring both up here so we get it right the first time. Or this, well, this is already the second time. There we go. 120 all the way through. I'll accept that. 120 all the way through. I'll accept that as well. Perfect. And look, there's a bit of a road here that almost pretty much it hits it on the spot in terms of altitude. That's good. We can have a road crossing here if we'll ever need one. Do we need a road crossing here? I think just for the moment we could do with one. Any other road crossings? This is not necessary. This road is not really necessary, is it? I don't think any of the roads that are curvy and ugly are necessary, but we'll put up with it a bit. There we go. So now that everything looks good, this still looks a bit horrendous. We'll do some nice forestry terraforming maybe. We'll see. We'll do that, but we'll do that in the future. Let me press play and say, well, probably all my trains are screwed up now, but I just would like to see. Seattle and Denver is not connected. That is an easy fix. And look at that, we did that with taking out no loans. We spent exactly 4 million on this upgrade. 4.5 million, I think, is what we had. If we just connect up these two roads, Seattle and Denver should calm down. Are you calm now? Okay, cargo, West Coast lumber. I understand the predicament here. Let's look at our lines here. It's not even showing a line. Okay. The first problem is that there's no this train has to come from this side and come out the back. Yeah, we're gonna need a little bit of a Y-X interchange. $4,000, and I don't have $4,000. Let's borrow some money. $2.5 million good? Will $2.5 million cover the cost of this? Now, I thought that you could just do it from the previous signal, like here. No, you need to give it some room, don't you? Alright, we'll give it some room. It says the train has to slow down quite a bit. Quite a bit. Unless you do it this length. We'll try it at this length. We'll see if this brings any good. If it gets trains too stuck, we're gonna have to take that back. Well, there we go. That makes the green train happy. But I'm gonna bring it some. I'm gonna give it some chagrin now by giving it a signal. And it won't be too happy. Actually, I'll stop. I won't put signals until I've done all these X interchanges. This is probably the worst idea I've ever had because it looks to me like there's gonna be a lot of train traffic, specifically around the X interchange, which is now the official term I've decided to go with to describe this piece of networking. There we go. Track networking, that is. Careful train, we're building right ahead of you. There we go. One more X interchange. Ah, this could be a problem, see? Oh, that's not the right stop. Okay. I thought that that was the final stop, and I was wondering why the wings aren't connected. We'll connect up the wings as required by the system itself. And then we'll build a X interchange, which is the official word for it. There we go. And here we go. Now, it's going to be amazing to actually watch and see these trains in action. I'm going to put so much trains on this line, it's not even funny. At least that's the hope. That is at least the hope. Of course, with so many X interchanges and so many, just the sheer length of this X interchange, I think we're going to encounter traffic jams and problems, but that's the fun of it. That is the fun of it a bit, I would have to say. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that in this case, the X interchange comes up to here, and the next one starts here. Okay, that is enough space, but it is tight. I don't think you could have more than one train per segment. Maybe 2 trains per segment. I'm gonna put a signal in the halfway point. I think there's only gonna be a maximum of 2 trains per segment, so we're gonna have to be very careful with all these trains having to reverse from. Well, hopefully there's not gonna be too much reversing. The hope is that trains are going to come in, stop on the side that they're supposed to stop on, and continue, and then the end stations. This is not an end station, so I don't even need X interchanges here. I don't even need X interchanges. Guys, I don't need X interchanges at all on these middle stations, so we're going to have to probably remove them. Wow, do it twice, and then do it twice, be sure it's right. Instead of do it once, be sure it's right. Okay. More is better. Less is more. Sometimes more is better. Although I'm pretty sure less is more also in this case. Is this a turnaround? This one in fact is a turnaround station. So can we put a signal between the two? Yeah, we can. What is he stopping for? What is he stopping for? Does he not understand this is a one-way track? Anyway, we're going to put the one-way signals now, or forever hold your peace. There must be a train on this side of the track. There isn't. So what is he waiting for? He's waiting for this train. Well, introducing all new signals. You should start moving now. Go ahead. Waiting for free path. The path is free, young man. It's not convinced that the path is free. I think that this train's on the wrong side as well. Alright, well, we'll see what happens with that. That hopefully won't cause too much of a traffic jam. We'll put some signals on this side. Now, I don't know if it's risky putting a signal before the X interchange. But we'll give it a try. We'll see what kind of commotion is stirred up between these stations. Hopefully none. Then we'll know it's good. We'll know what's good for you, son, if we just try it out. Now, if I put a... Okay, let me imagine here. If I put a signal there, then that screws everything up. I think the signal actually has to be before the X interchange. We'll put two signals there. Now, the green train can stop on this platform. We'll make the orange train stop on the other platform, see how that feels. Seattle Platform 1, Seattle Platform 2. It should work. Let's just, okay, you know what? We're going to destroy these X interchanges because we don't need them. We don't need them. And the signals are in the wrong side of them anyway. So that was a lot of hard work, and it was pretty. It was really pretty. But we don't need them. In this case, the signal is on the right side. This train is still waiting, my friend. My friend, what are you waiting for? Waiting for free path. I understand that, but the path is not free. Okay. Fast forward. Let's get you past the signal and see if anything happens here. It works. Glory in the highest, it works. Now if only we can finish up this last segment of track. This last segment of track seems to be finished up. I'll put a quick little interchange. We're not upgrading the station yet. We'll put a signal in. How does that affect everything? That affects it nicely. Now, in terms of the orange train choosing that platform, is there a reason it chose this platform as opposed to that one? I suppose it's okay. So now we built this entire system. I think we're done with the upgrading. We'll finish off the episode with some terraforming over here. Well, we can paint it in a gross color so that everybody knows everything around here has been a cause for grossness. Yeah, like that. There's rocks here that need to be... Okay, I missed a bit, but there's a bit of rocks here, is the point of my story. Meaning we needed to mine a path through the rocks. You've seen this before, haven't you? Like, both sides of the train track are rocky because it's a cliff type thing. How realistic is that? It looks pretty realistic. How about we put some trees? Lemon tree. Ooh, I like that. Banana plant. Palm tree. Palmetto. Korean something something. Alright, this is the one that I kind of like because it doesn't like too tropical. Let's give it a bit of a brush tap. This could go bad. I see the strength is up at the top. I don't want it to be at the top. Okay, some trees are being planted right on the side there. I don't know if I approve, but ouch. That's more trees than I wanted. Okay, here we go. This train line now has blinged out with the tree thing happening for it. We'll even pretend that this extends from the two cliffs. It is free actually, so we can give it some mixture of trees just so that people don't think it's, fake. This isn't fake. I am no good at this at all. I probably shouldn't have put those last two types of trees. It looked more real when we had the one Korean tree do all the work. Now we're gonna have to undo some of this. Just demolish some of these unnecessary trees. Specifically these ones. These trees clearly will hit the train and cause problems. But there we go. That's sort of the idea of how we are going to solve this. Very interesting indeed. I don't like it, to be honest, but maybe they'll have to grow on me. Well, I think I know why I didn't finish the work here. I need a paint tool and this thing. I need a bit more rocks. That way it looks complete. Look at this. Incomplete slope. Incomplete. There we go. I didn't even try smoothing it because I didn't think that would be necessary. How about some grass? Is that the right color of grass? Can we cover up the rocks with this grass? I don't think it's the right color of grass though. Okay, this here is the fixer-upper of grass colors. Fixing it up, fixing it up, fixing it up. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna have to demolish all these palm trees, or I'm gonna have to put more Korean trees to hide the palm trees. I mean, these ones look a bit natural because they're more on the way to the city. There we go. I think that this should do the trick. And the brush size bigger. I think maybe we'll get somewhere. Strength less, size bigger. That always works. Okay, we're getting some trees on the slope, on the cliff. It's unrealistic, but you get the idea. The trains are now working. So there we go. There we go, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this this episode, which I think I will broadcast because a lot of good things happened. There's tools waiting. That's very good. So that's some of the good stuff I'm talking about. We have tools going to Bay City. Goodbye, everybody.